Let's now get you some breaking updates that are coming in at this hour. As the US and Iran talks are currently underway in Islamabad, Donald Trump has announced that Washington is now starting the process of clearing out the Strait of Hormuz. In its post on Truth Social, Trump said, and I quote him here, "The only thing that Iran has going is the threat that a ship may bunk into one of their sea mines, which, by the way, all 28 of their mine dropper boats are also lying at the bottom of the sea. We're now starting the process of clearing out the Strait of Hormuz as a favor to countries all over the world, including China, Japan, South Korea, France, Germany, and many others. Incredibly, they don't have the courage or will to do this work themselves. Very interestingly, however, empty oil-carrying ships from many nations are all headed to the United States of America to load up with oil." This is what Donald Trump has put out as a post on his Truth Social account. And according to the Axios report, which cites a US official, says that several American naval ships crossed the Strait of Hormuz on Saturday. Iranian state media has said that the US naval vessels were warned that if it continues moving towards the Strait of Hormuz, it'll be targeted within 30 minutes. Its state television also reported that with a firm and clear warning from the armed forces, the American vessel was prevented from approaching the Strait of Hormuz. All right, and WION's correspondent Susan Tehrani is joining us over the phone line. Susan, tell us more about what Donald Trump has just put out on his Truth Social account, that efforts are underway to reopen the Strait of Hormuz and that there are empty oil tankers that the American president claims that are headed towards the United States to be loaded up. What are we to make of this?
So regarding the empty tankers, he did put out a Truth Social a little earlier saying the same things. And if tankers are indeed heading to the U.S. empty to loot crude, it suggests that global buyers are positioning themselves for supply disruptions and turning to America's, as President Trump says, crude oil as a reliable source. But I just wanted to say, Mohammed, as we've been following what's happening between the two sides, in just the hour that passed alone, Reuters is quoting Pakistani sources saying that talks happened face-to-face. Axios is reporting that the passage of U.S. ships have gone through the Strait of Hormuz, warships. Iran was not aware of this, and President Trump is saying we're starting the process of clearing the strait. Now, regarding clearing the strait, that is also in that Truth Social post, New York Times was reporting that Iran itself has lost the ability to find the mines that it had planted in the sea, in the Strait of Hormuz, as a threat for the ships to pass. But it appears now that the United States is stepping in and trying to clear those mines. So I think this X and Truth Social post by the president was in reaction to that New York Times report that said that, even if the intention is there by Iran, we're not saying that it is, it physically is unable to clear the Strait of Hormuz of these mines. Very interesting development just in the past hour.
That is very true. Very interesting developments there. We'll, of course, have to wait and watch as to how this unfolds. Thank you very much, Susan, for joining us with those updates then.